We're on.
We're back.
We are back. This is probably going to be a more serious approach to these videos. We've been having a lot of fun with inmates and bad photos on Match and all the other ones. But we like to. This one's going to be more about our experiences, both the good and the bad that we've had so far with these dating sites, and not. It's not just people we met or people we didn't meet. It's actually people we just sort of had some levels of communication with, but nothing happened. So first of all, overall.
All right. Yeah, our experiences. I just, I went into this. I honestly, I didn't plan to go on a dating website. I saw what Al did that one time, and I thought it was a great idea, and we should do one. Do this one from the woman, and then one from the man's perspective. So I wasn't really planning to join this. I mean, to be honest, I've been very happy to be by myself. Of course, I get lonely, and I've been single now for almost 2 years or whatever. But I was quite satisfied with myself. I don't meet people. I live in the boonies, but whatever. So going on this, and then all of a sudden we kind of get hooked into it. It was at the beginning it was kind of fun because it was like a little candy store. You just Match was, because eHarmony was horrible. They just match you up with your personality, and I'm sorry, looks does matter to me, but sometimes a person can have amazing personality, as we talked about this before. So but anyway, so what you want me to start?
Well, let's talk about the initially when you get in contact. Right, somebody winks at you, or they send you an email on that site, and you begin a level of communication. For sometimes that lasts an inordinate amount of time. Emails back and forth. Then you exchange phone numbers, and you have conversations and texts and then you don't meet them.
Yeah.
It's like bizarre. Like Karina was just telling me before that she was on the phone with this one guy for hours talking to him.
A couple of times.
And never met him.
Yeah. He we kind of set a date, and this happened a couple of times with different other people too. And we're talking about meeting, and you don't hear from them again ever. And
that's the term we call the sudden silence.
Yeah. And
they literally fall off the planet.
And normally you figured, well, maybe it was something that happened, but they know how to find you again. So if you're on the website, and I certainly stayed on Match, because it was a couple from Match that this happened with, and some people also hide behind texts. It seems like, they can be quite frisky and comfortable and teasing and say really flattering things, and you think, oh, I'm doing great here. And then all suddenly, silence. When, it actually happened both times when we were talking about getting together and meeting somewhere in a place. Because I put a little distance on my dates. I didn't do more than, I think I put 100 miles, or no, 80, I forgot now.
I think it was 100.
It was 100. Just to have a little bit more choice, and I met some really cute guys. They seem really together and interesting and good people. And it's just weird. It's like they didn't even give me a chance. And one guy even said that, I've been hurt so many times. Well, we all been freaking hurt. I am so sorry. But, and then I wonder, why are you on a website if you're not really ready? Or maybe it was me, but you don't even know me, so how are you going to dismiss me? Assuming? I guess maybe they're assuming. I don't know.
I don't know. 'Cause actually, we talk a lot about our experiences amongst ourselves, and it was always funny to me that these gentlemen that Karina was dealing with would have a real heavy interest, like almost like it starts off with an email or something like that, and then once the phone numbers are exchanged, and instead of calling somebody on their mobile, they'll text you. And I'll text you to death, and just like she said, just getting all these cute texts. Ooh, okay, hey.
Yeah, it makes you feel really good.
Yeah.
So you kind of like get really excited and get your hopes up. But also, you got to remember, you're not only hiding behind these texts or the phone messages or emails. You are also able to formulate the answers, having quite some time thinking about them, and then sending them back. So you can really have this conversation you probably wouldn't normally if you're there and in front of each other, because you don't sit there and plan every freaking word say. So it's still a weird, different conversation or exchange that you have with this person.
To me, I've said this a couple of times, that it seems like that the internet, and that's a ridiculously generalizing word, but it's giving people the ability to not be, social. Even though they're so, people will text things to you that they would never say to your face. Somebody will text something
because I'm just like that.
But like a guy would say, "Hey, nice tits" on your photo, and haha, and then put LOL, so it really wasn't he was looking at your tits. And it's just like,
well, that didn't happen.
The wall is not that she's sending tit photos out. Believe me, I know that. But the wall is there, and you can say anything you want to anybody, and then you can just back away from it. And so actual human communication isn't there. It's just like these cutesy little things you send back with smiley faces.
Fragments and it's very important that you throw in the blinky or smiley, because that just fixes every freaking sentence. That makes, if you don't put it in, it's going to sound so serious sometimes on things. But now you have playfulness, and it's
correct. So it's not being crude. It's being funny. And as one who has probably overused the exclamation point more times than I cared to, I would probably never write with that many exclamation points in my life, but I've done it with on text and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm saying I'm guilty of it as well, but not to the point that I would. You almost think you have a relationship, and then goodbye,
and then you don't hear from them. They're gone. Completely.
Yeah, and then you go nuts.
And you're like, what the heck did I do? Did I say something?
Yeah.
Or what happened? And meanwhile, maybe they
with
met
no explanation of why they're cutting off communication with you.
It might have been something you said, something you did. Maybe they met someone else online, younger. It seems like. I don't know.
Hung up on this shit.
No, I don't know. I dated. Well, actually, kind of. But, I've been approached from men in all different kinds of ages.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're just like, what the this come from,
Well, I
have 20-year-old guys. I have 30-year-old guys. I have, 40, 50, 60. I think I had a 70-year-old. It was horrible. But, and...
Well, let's go into people we met.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. These are, and I'm sure everybody has these stories. Anybody who's on online dating, you're getting and then just talk a little bit about experiences that we both had, actually meeting people, going out on dates with people.
Yeah.
And Karina said something earlier before about, it's difficult at this time in our lives, and I'm glad she said ours, because it wasn't just her life.
Oh no.
But if you're dating in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, God, please don't tell me I'm going to be on Match.com when I'm 60.
Oh man.
No. It's really tough, because you're battling, and sometimes an old relationship. Most, if you're in your 40s, you had a relationship. You may not have ever been married, but you've been involved in relationships. You've got,
and it's more accepted to be in your 30s and have 2-3 divorces. People will look at you that you're more acceptable and normal than being like me in my 40s and never been married or no children. Just because I've been freaking smart enough to not settle, and I think I know the signs, or maybe I've just been lucky too. But I would have been more accepted by people if I had a divorce or something behind it, and that's so sick in our
weird.
society.
Yeah. No, it's weird.
And
weird thing that I experienced being a widower is I run into women that think they have to fight that ghost, and that makes no sense at all to me. I'm like, my wife died, so you don't have to. There's no standard here that you have to live up to. But let's talk about some of the people we've met. And I'm going to go through, the first one I'm going to talk about is my most recent. And this is another sudden silence one, but this was actually meeting the person having the sudden silence.
By the way, we're drinking pina coladas tonight.
Yeah.
It came out awesome.
She did a good job. I got a bug in mine. Oh, that's just like the tropics.
Protein, baby,
yeah.
Protein.
All right. It tastes like lemon. So anyway, just recently had a very quick exchange of emails, which I like too, by the way. We got right to the chase. It was just like, let's meet. Okay, we met. Had a wonderful day. We're setting up the next day. Unfortunately, there was a tragic event in her life. And I texted to see if she was all right. There was a death in her family. And, just having experienced close deaths, I can sort of understand people's grief and stuff like that, but I don't understand everybody's grief. I'm not saying I'm an expert on it. So I was hoping to hear back from this woman, and so I finally texted, said, everything all right? You want to talk about anything, please feel free to give me a call. Well, she called me back immediately, and we started talking. I said, we went through the whole thing. We're not going to get all the details. But she said, I'll call you in a week. Now it's 2 weeks since I've heard from her. I go on Match.com and I see it online that she's online, so I don't know what that means. And we thought that we ran into one where one of Karina's friends was showing up online, but he wasn't online. So there's another thing that Match.com does for you. It creates the illusion that wait a minute, they're online.
Yeah.
Why aren't they talking to me?
And I looked like I was online while I wasn't, because I had turned my computer off, and I was using my computer, but I'd signed off a Match for sure. Yeah. And when we went in just to see how I just wanted to look at my competition, so we went on his.
Yeah.
And then I said I was on, but I wasn't.
But the weird thing about it was, on the date, this girl was very, and I liked her too. A lot of commonalities. Places we lived were almost was scarily identical. It was almost like she had done a background check on me and knew my addresses or where I lived. And it was just, lots of hand touching and kissing, and I was like, oh, this is good.
So nice. You missed that.
Yeah,
that's the thing. One of the biggest thing I miss of being single is just that
personal
touching and just sleeping next to someone, curled up next to them, and just smelling them and touching their skin and just that warmth, just touching, being close to someone. I miss that so much, human contact, Anyway, all right.
But she just disappeared. I have not heard from her since the last time I called her. And when I call you and you don't call me back, the ball's in your court. So that's the way I left it.
Yeah, it's hard because you don't want to be a crazy person. I mean, you're a lot of times you're so upset, and you just like I met one guy on OkCupid, and first of all, I'm at the restaurant bar here where I live. He lives, probably like an hour away or whatever, in Jersey. And we meet there, and I come in, and he does look like his picture, and a handsome guy, you know. And then I find out, oh, it's my type. And then, not your type. I know you don't like that kind of guys. I come in, and you know, I start talking to him, and very nice, you know, successful man, and well dressed, and then I found out that he lied about his age. So he was older than he said he was. He said he was 47.
He was 40. He said 48, and he was 52.
But he looked very young still, though, and
No
I was
big
still
difference.
no. I mean, it didn't bother me, the fact, because he still looked good. But you know, still he did lie, you know. But okay, whatever. So you know, I'm trying to be open minded here. I'm not gonna, you know, unless it's like, you know, it might be in the back of my head if I would have continued dating this guy, you know. But anyway,
Plus, there was a meal on the line.
yeah, free booze and meal, man. Whoa, no, that's horrible.
Yes, I know.
But it was good though. I got to drink really good wine. You know, I love wine. Anyway, so and then we had a nice conversation, and he started putting his hand on my lap, and I was kind of like, I just met you. Here's my number. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, touching the arm and the shoulder is one thing, but putting your hand in somebody's lap the first time you met them, just because you bought him a glass of wine.
And I'm so damn nice. I didn't know what to do with it, and I was just like patting it, you know, like, yeah, okay, yeah. Anyway, and then he tells me he's going to Mexico, and he was going to go with a woman, but now he's going by himself, and he's going next weekend, but just, you know, we just met, so he wish he could have taken me, and I'm like, yeah, okay. And then we have a great time, and he tries to kiss me when we leave, and I was kind of like, ooh, that's pretty quick too. So I was just like, peck, okay. And then we keep in contact and talk, but it's very sporadic, and we're kind of back to that sporadic thing, you know, texting and short phone calls, and I really don't get to find out a lot about him on the phone, and you know, I try to. And one thing, it's a lot of details here, I'm not going to go into them all, but basically what happened, we were supposed to meet, and then he doesn't call me back for the second time. He goes away to Mexico, and then what happens when he comes back from Mexico? After blowing me off, he sends me an email, or no, sorry, text. You know, I just got back from Mexico, and I'm like, and we're calling this dude LOL, so that's our...
Well, yeah, there was a story that he texted us
he falls asleep in front of the TV, and then every time he goes and eats, he texted me like,
I'm eating, so Karina,
I'm just finishing up my meal.
Karina texted back, thank God, I thought you might waste away to nothing.
This guy's huge, muscle dude,
yeah.
you know.
so his only response to that was LOL.
And it was like a constant thing, so we called him LOL,
he's
Mr.
LOL.
LOL. But anyway, so I just ended up like LOL. To everything he said, LOL, because I didn't know how to deal with that, and then I wrote him because I was angry. I just said, you know, please just explain to me, why would you blow me off and then text me again like nothing had happened, and you know, kind of like all flirty again. Mm-hmm. And then I never got it. Of course, I wouldn't get an answer to that.
I won't answer that because it's a real question.
Yeah, and this guy is obviously a player. But and then, you know, other guys I've spoken to, a couple guys, really nice, but I think they were both not ready. One guy I spent a couple hours on the phone with twice, and first time he just talked about how horrible his divorce was, what a bitch his wife was. And he was really angry, and I can hear it because she cheated on him and took him for everything, right? And I was just like, I was trying to be the understanding, listening person, but it comes to a point where you're just talking to someone for the first time, and all he's talking about is his freaking ex, and I'm like,
and the negative side of his ex, not even anything positive.
Yeah, and then the second time I talked to him, we again make plans to meet. And he never calls me back after that again. And then, you know, and a really sweet, nice other gentleman, the same thing. You know, I think I don't know. I just don't understand, like...
Why are you on the website? Why are you there if you don't want to date?
It seems like it. You know, we all have fears, and, you know, but sometimes... I think I get into trouble a lot because I don't give up. You know, and that's why maybe this thing frustrated me so much, because I went into this and I didn't really plan on signing up for this. I really did it mainly because we were doing all these funny videos about, you know, people's crazy pictures and backgrounds and what they write, and, you know, how they sell themselves online.
So basically she's blaming me for all her
No,
subscriptions.
but then it was kind of fun because it was...
well, it's getting out.
Yeah, and I got some responses from really cute guys, and I was like, wow, maybe actually I'll meet someone.
But yeah, actually, just made me think of something.
But,
and what's so true about that is it inflates your ego, and then when they don't get back in touch with you, it just deflates you completely, and you start asking yourself, what's wrong with me?
And it removes whatever good was there before.
Yeah,
and anything secure that was there before, it just completely removes that.
Dismantles it. And because I know a couple of times she said to me, like, what's wrong with me? And it's not, I keep trying to tell her, it's not her, it's the knuckleheads that she happens to be crossing paths with. Just like a few of the knuckleheads I've crossed paths with.
Yeah. Well, but I met the guy that was 30 years old this week, and my first initial thing was when he wrote me, I said, dude, you know I'm 14 years older than you, you know? Why are you writing me? And he's like, I just want to tell you how pretty you were. And I'm like, well, thank you. But I ended up having a really nice conversation with him on in emails. But I did it more because he was asking me how long I've been in a match. And I said, you know, it's been really a bad kind of experience, actually, in a lot of ways. And we were just discussing back and forth. And he was kind of telling me the man's kind of view, why they acted the way they do and stuff. And I found him very interesting for his age. And you know, and we just ended up meeting. Actually, Al was with me, and you
Must
know,
have been real comfortable for him.
No, he was cool, and because
he was
had
good
the
guy.
attitude that we were just gonna be friends, and that's the attitude I had too. And then I hung out with him a couple of times, and it just turned really weird. I'm not gonna go into this here.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that. Even people start in their 20s and 30s to go on these websites, and this guy, he was on it in the 20s, and then now he's in the 30s and he's on it again. So I think that's kind of weird, but maybe it's that bad that you, or because he didn't try to sleep with me, believe me. he didn't, you know, actually. I was, you know, kind of flirty with him. But it did, you know, so he was totally not doing that. And so why was he there? I don't know. Anyway.
I think that's the bottom line is with the people on these websites, what are they there for? Yeah. Are they there to fill their own egos? Yeah. That, oh, look how many women responded to me, look how many men responded to me, or you know, how, you know, like, oh, I had this one on the hook, you know, and of course I think there's players out there in both genders. By the way, I don't think players are exclusively males. I think there are people out there that younger men that want to date older women that want to date younger men, older. You know, it's older men who want to date younger women. Yeah. You know, like the one guy she was talking about. The reason he lied about his age was because the women in his age group that were responding to his profile, he didn't like. They weren't attractive enough to him. Yeah. And I don't understand. If I want to only date 30-year-olds, I would put that, even though I'm 58, I would be 59, I would put that in my profile. Looking for women 30 years old to 40, you know, and that's it. And that's sort of, you know, but of course every woman in their 50s would say, this guy's a fucking asshole. He thinks he's going to get a 30-year-old.
You know, what the hell is he going to talk to this woman about? Again, you know, like the same with this young man, you know, it was, I couldn't go there because, oh, he was very cute, but I couldn't. I mean, he was very nice and charming, but I couldn't go there, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
because what are you going to talk about with these people? You have nothing in common. I'm sorry, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
But,
So,
well, let's put a wrap on this. This is a 25-minute one already.
okay. So, our ratings.
The last part of it is going to be, and I think you probably even know the results of this before we even talk about
eHarmony.
it. eHarmony.
Totally freaking waste of crap. Match.com. You can get lucky maybe in life, but
I just think it's a crapshoot.
it is so hard. There's a lot of players, a lot of freaks, a lot of angry, upset,
People.
weird people, desperate. I'm sure there's a few good ones out there.
The hardest part.
OkCupid is a free website, and yeah, there's a few cute guys out there, but it's not. Match has a higher quality. Maybe
people are paying for it.
Yeah, the OkCupid can be really scary because it's free.
Yeah. But I mean, dating sites are the dating sites, and I think if you want a short thing, you go to ashleymadison.com and you get an affair, or something like that.
What about that Plenty of Fish?
But I did Plenty of Fish.
I heard it's really
long time ago. That's another free one.
I never went there.
You know what? Maybe I'll hit that for the next video. Just look at that. Oh, maybe we should actually just.
Did we do any with that millionaire one?
No, Karina was on a millionaire one.
I just went to check it out. It was sick.
Bullshit. She wanted to marry a billionaire.
Yeah, that's it.
It
was sick. It was sick.
Well, remember I checked the women out on that?
Yeah.
Every single one looked like a porn star.
Oh, they did. And I must have been so different, you know what I mean?
You must have looked like a rag doll. These girls have like 40 double Fs, and they're barely poured into their
But they had two different ones. They had the pretty ones, and then they had the one that was going to pay for it, even for women.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah. Both of us could have been on there as prostitutes and gigolos and probably got the same response we've gotten on Match.com.
It's funny as heck.
But
anyway.
there's so many sites out there.
Oh,
it's
God.
Pathetic. But anyway, well,
we'll wrap it up.
We always start out saying we're going to do something serious, and it ends up being a laugh. But
because we always have fun together.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I don't know if we're going to go on.
And
with
I
this.
only mentioned one person. I have to. Sorry to interrupt, but I have to say that I've met some very, very nice people, very, very nice women. I have friendships with at least 3 of them. The wackadoodles, obviously, I don't deal with anymore. I mean, it's just a crapshoot, and it beats going to the bar. Even though there's a couple other things I've been thinking about lately, getting involved in some sort of
volunteering
group activity that people go to, and then hopefully find somebody without a fucking wedding ring on.
Well, they take them off, man. I mean, people go match that are separated. They're not even divorced.
Oh, yeah, we don't even talk about the separated ones. Like, I mean, I stay clear of separated women, and they're recently separated. And
you need to heal.
Separated.
You need a couple of years to heal. You're not ready.
Well, no, they're not even divorced. Hey, been there, done that. Been with a separated woman.
Who wants to be a rebound?
Boom. I wasn't even a rebound.
No.
Separated. Okay. Boom. I decided to go back to my husband. Isn't that nice?
Or it's even better. The one I was with lied to me, and he was still married. And he just kept on. Oh, it was a freaking nightmare. Anyway.
All right. We're coming up on 30. We don't want to go over 30.
We're leaving. That's it.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to us. Sorry it took us so long to get back to you. Bye.
Bye.